Hi, my name is Jacob Applewhite. Have you ever wanted to start a business or do you have any entrepreneurial spirit? If so, there are a vast number of questions and challenges facing you moving forward. After a year running my own business in a service-based industry specifically, I have some general advice to share about how to move forward that I can relate back to some of my own personal experience. From gauging your target market to structuring and especially finances, every aspect of running a business will bring about new and unique challenges. But before you can look at your own business, you actually need to look at the business of others and the overall environment that you're trying to get into. And that begins with gauging the market. The first challenge is learning about the typical functionality of your business. How are you best going to deliver your service to your customers? In the most efficient way possible, that of course cut down costs. The next problem is discovering how the clients in the industry tend to interact with their service providers and how are you going to be able to replicate that service and keep relationships high. The biggest challenge I would say though is actually managing the competition in the area. So are you competing with larger, more established firms? If so, the service that you're trying to provide is probably pretty credible, it's widely used, that's a good sign, but you do have to compete. Now, the opposite end of the spectrum, did you find a niche in the market? Do you have no competition in the area? And does that mean that you actually found something that you can take forward, a brand new creative product, or has somebody else tried it before and it just didn't work out? So once you learn about the environment you're trying to settle into, you can actually look to the internal structuring of your business. So the service-based industry in particular, the biggest question you're probably going to ask with regard to employment is, are you actually going to go with employees that you pay by salary or by hour, or are you going to go with independent contractors that bring their own equipment? It's actually, it's a big question because contractors bring their own equipment. You expect them to hold up the reputation of your business and operate in good faith using your name. So it's a big question. Scheduling is key when providing a consistent service to others. I would say actually probably one of the biggest questions when it comes to the internal structure of your own business is how you're going to make the schedule for your own employees or contractors if you decide to go that way. And I would also say that a big question early on is about how you're going to structure business around your role. Do you plan on establishing it, make sure it's managed well, and then moving on? Or do you plan to always have a role for yourself there? So once you've looked at the initial stages of your business, how is this plan going to reflect on your balance sheet, right? How's it going to look on the books? And we can actually look at a few key factors to decide this. So in a service-based industry in particular, wages are going to be your biggest expense by far. How are you going to be able to manage a good competitive wage while keeping profit margins high? You need to look at fixed versus variable costs. You need to at least cover fixed costs. Anything after that, you just look for the most efficient point you can find. And after all this, you got taxes. And they tax everything. So now that you know your environment, your structure, and a little bit about your balance sheet, you're ready to pick up your phone, make your first call. Now I understand all this may not seem worth it. There are a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, and there's quite a lot of risk. It's probably easier just to take a 9 to 5. But at the end of the day, for those of us who value our freedom, or for those of us who just have the drive to go to work for some other reason than to just make ends meet and make somebody else rich, there really is no other alternative. Thank you.